And hello, everybody. This is Killer Live, one now, um, featuring Kitsune King, K1 Kevin, and VA Forte. Tonight's topics are thoughts on hype spotting results from this past weekend, the value question mark of tier lists, and then of course everyone's favorite Forte. Um, all right. First off, how was everyone's weekend?
It's good, man. It's good. I watched a lot of Street Fighter. Got to play in the uh, Mito dungeon, with Rai Rai came to town. Some of Wave and the Wave boys from Hampton were out there. So it was fun. I had a lot of fun this weekend, leveled up. Watched a lot of hype spotting, was interesting. And of course, we'll get into it in a little bit. But yeah, man, enjoyed the nice weather.
Nice, nice.
Yo, my weekend was ass.
Please elaborate.
Well, check it out. So I got the stomach flu, right? Oh man. All right, so here's what happened. I went to this place on Tuesday last week and I ate three pizzas. All right. One of them was a small pizza. Okay, but I ate them all, ate three pizzas.
Can you tell us what
And
this
then
this place is?
that night, I didn't shit. I didn't shit the next day and I didn't shit the day after that. It was so weird. I was just constipated. I usually shit every day on the regular, plop plop. But 3 days in a row, nothing. Then Thursday comes around, I wake up, Friday, I'm done. I throw up 20 times. I
Oh
took a
no.
laxative, still barely anything coming out the other end. It's all out of my mouth, man. So bad. Went to the doctor. You know what they said to me? He was like, "There's nothing we can really do." And I sit there and I'm like, "No, there's something you can do." And he's like, "Oh, oh, okay." And he comes back and he's like, "I'm gonna give you these two shots up your ass." And I was like, "God damn it!" And he just grabbed that cheek. He was like, "Ah, hey, this is gonna hurt." Then he hits me with another one. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm sorry, but this burns." And then I got
What?
blasted in the same spot. I can understand the same cheek because you don't want to get messed up on both cheeks. You can't sit down anymore. But yo, why the same spot, man? No
So,
mercy.
so
And
this
that
man
was
gave
my
you two
weekend.
shots in your ass.
Yeah, it hurt. Yo, I was bruised.
Did it
Really?
did it even
Wow.
help?
Yeah, one was for nausea and one was for antibiotics. I mean, the next day I was fine, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, ass
Okay.
blast.
Mhm. I was
Ouch.
I was praying, man. I was praying. My my posterior was looking pretty rough,
Who were
bro.
you praying to? Ass god?
I, I don't know,
Porcelain
man.
gods, man. Please make my internal system correct again.
You gotta tell us where you ate.
Bricks wood fire grill, man. And the pizza was good. I mean, that's
Oh,
why I ate the
Brick,
second
that's
pizza.
big. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
Eric, as the gentleman he is, orders two pizzas and eats them both in one sitting.
Two full pizza?
yeah, man.
Two 10-inch, like medium-sized pizzas. Yeah, man, it
Well,
was
you
pretty.
deserved it then.
Yo, man, I did not
Uh,
deserve that, dude. Come on, please have mercy. Those anal shots, and it
yo,
wasn't anal. It was just my left ass cheek.
yo, yo. I don't know if you can take that back, man.
Yo,
You're the
I
one that
think
brought up anal.
they're going they're going down as anal shots, man.
yo. Oh God.
Let the record show that Eric said that.
Get that stenographer.
Ugh. It's all good. I'm glad you feel better, man. So yeah, let's get into this Alex talk, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, our boy Alex.
Oh man.
I've
I
played. Go ahead, Eric. Jason, please
hmm?
start us off.
I think it seems pretty fun. I haven't really got to play. I just like tested out his kit, and that was pretty much it. It was nice playing another charge character, but I don't think it's for me. So I'm gonna pass on that.
Ooh. When I played Alex this week, I mean, obviously the biggest thing here, standing medium kick is amazing. Holy shit. Alex's stand forward is god like he stuffs everything. You know how many people I saw this week? They would just throw tech and then stand medium kick. Just press it instantly. Nothing the other guy could do. Other than that, I think he can be really explosive. He's got to spend a lot of money to do it. But when he has meter, if he hits you once, you could have just end up stunned. It's not as dumb as Mika, but he got a lot better footsies than she does.
Yeah. Like you said, kind of expounding on that, his normals are very slow, but he is very, very strong at mid range. Kind of think he's a slow grappler. At first, I was like, man, he's going to have head stomps. He's going to have like a slash in
Elbow.
moves. He's pretty good walk speed. He's going to get in that ass all the time. He's going to be like a Mika Jr. Yeah, that's what I initially thought. Then I started to play him that way, and I was getting bodied. I was like, yo, this character sucks. Early that day when he came out, I was playing him all that day. So he's kind of bad. Then I just started to play him more towards my natural tendency, which is a bit more defensively, just naturally doing that. And I was like, oh, really? This is actually how I think he should be kind of played more along those lines, a bit more passively and reacting to things. Like Forte said, someone goes in for the grab or you go in for the grab, they tech instant stand medium kick because the range and the hitbox is amazing. And if they try to jump, you'll hit them out of that too. He's got better than average anti-airs. Sure, they don't have any invincibility, but even if people neutral jump, if you're reading and waiting for a jump, you can just hit the EX DP, his rising knee, whatever it's called, and it's taking him down, and then you can get a nice Okazemi off of that. So I think that he's kind of in line for where he should be. He does great damage. He does have some weaknesses, granted, defensively when people get on top of you. When I was playing as Bison against other Alexes, I found it very easy just to have my way once I got in because I'm always plus, and his buttons are very slow. So I think the counterplay to Alex is just to try to rush him down as much as possible. But a lot of tech is being found for him as well. Defeat Lee put out a nice set play, quote unquote, if you want to use that word, even though it really wasn't set play of Alex.
Shout out to Defeat Lee for
Shout
winning
out,
NYU.
yeah, to Defeat Lee for winning Spring Fighter and making people salty, aka Princess Slim, on the down low.
Whoa.
But
Whoa.
Oof.
but Alex is pretty interesting. I liked to see all the tech that people find, like Jibbo, of course, automatic, wave automatic. He's heavily in the lab with that character, and like Jason said, he's just fun. Is kind of my takeaway. His viability will be if people want to play that patient style. Is how I'm going to predict that, but he's a pretty fun character.
What would you
Alright,
say? Like, what kind of player would play Alex? Would be someone in between, and like Laura? Would you say?
I would say like a Zangief and a Bison. The reason why I say that is Zangief ideally plays a little bit closer than Alex, like a pure Zangief player, but a
Mm-hmm.
Bison player is playing that same mid range. Like literally, I play them at the same ranges. The only difference is you're not going to be plus off everything like Bison is. However, he has his light slash. I use it just like scissor kick. You use it to maintain that mid range. It spaces you perfectly where if you're hitting the tip, it can't punish it. You're in the range where you want to be at, and then you go to either crouching medium kick or stand medium kick. But you have to have the grappler mindset, and that's where someone who is a Zangief player, in my opinion, will have a good amount of success because you're used to being hit playing slow. Alex is also, people talk about his defense being bad. I think he has one of the highest stun ratings in the game. It's at 1050, I think.
Yeah, him and Zangief the only ones.
Yes, so you can afford to take some pressure before you V trigger or V counter, should I say, because it is going to take them a little bit longer to stun you than other characters. So someone who has sound defensive mechanics and likes to play a little bit slower, a little bit more patient, I think they'll have an excellent time with Alex. Rushdown Alex may be okay, but I don't think that's optimizing the character if we're looking like at a tournament setting or something like that.
Let's see.
Agree or disagree, Eric? Yes, yay, nay.
I mean, I think Alex is all right. He's got 1,000 health, but he's got 1050 stun. So yeah, he can take a lot of burst offense in comparison to pretty much everybody else. Uh, he can get whittled down, but that's about it. And I think his speed. I think you're right. His explosive offense is definitely something to be lacking, or costs a lot of money if you want to make it happen. You know. That's it. I mean, that's the character. He plays good footsies, plays pretty chill, has some good offensive options, when he does get in. You know? Or you can press the issue.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see him in tournament play pretty soon.
Yes, yes. I will be going to Texas Showdown, and I'm definitely looking to see how many Alexes will be placing high. You know, it will be kind of interesting to see what type of players gravitate to him.
Oh,
I know Arturo was talking some mess. Oh, I'm gonna play Alex, blah blah blah. I
oh
don't really
God.
see it,
Just like how he
but
plays Meek.
I really don't think Defeat Lee is going to be one of those Alex's placing high. Let's
he
put
just
that
won a
out there now.
tournament. Come on, we're not
I,
throwing
I,
shade on NY here, man.
I'm pretty sure it's not happening.
Word. It's we'll see. We will see. It's very early on, and his video was informative, if nothing else. Right? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
I guess I haven't seen the video. The jury's still.
Okay. All right. All right. I will try to post a link in the chat if people haven't seen the video. Also, uh, the Wave Voice also made a good video about Alex frame traps. That was on Event Hubs. Got a lot of views. I will also post that.
Oh.
If anyone hasn't seen that, shout outs to the Wave fam for putting out some Alex content early. Give love where it's due. But yeah, so Alex is new and he's fun, and I'm glad that we got to talk about him because last week Capcom, being the cuck masters that they are, did not drop the patch in one day. So here we are talking about a character a week later.
Yeah, good shit. Yeah. Speaking of tournament standings, hype spotting was this week. Lord Bison, Lord Bison.
Yes.
Are people gonna
Lord
stop crying?
Yes, yes. First, let's talk about Bison, and congratulations to my Black Bison brother, Problem X, Lord Problem X. You lorded yourself, but you get a pass because you actually won the tournament. I don't want
We
everyone to start picking that up because that's a shitty habit.
um,
But
you have top 8.
I do. Let's run down the top 8 real quickly. As we mentioned, Lord Problem X, he won with M Bison. Second place, your runner-up is RB Luffy or Luffy.
Or fraud.
We'll get back to that in a second. Then third was Rise Brian with the Chun Li. Fourth, YP Uporn's Val Master played Nikali. Tied for fifth, we have Real Menace, another Chun Li player, and then Hurricane who played Cammy, and then Afi, who was a Laura, not the same Laura who won the first European tournament. Let that be known. That was somebody Crimson. And then the other seventh place finisher was Pax, who played Karin. And yeah, so a Bison won a tournament. And before this, the game came out. Oh my gosh, Bison's top 5. He's amazing. Maybe one of the best characters in the game. And then final round happens. No Bison in top 32. NTR happens. Same thing. Oh my gosh, the sky is falling. Bison his ass. And then the next week, Bison wins the tournament. So there it goes, folks. And, it goes to show you that the game is so new. There's so many ways that people are playing characters and discovering things with characters. And Problem X, I heard that they were saying that he has not lost a set on their Winner Stays On show since I think since final round. Since the last 2 weeks, he's not lost a set.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he didn't win. He didn't lose a set in this tournament either. So he's definitely doing with the the turtle bison. His bison is so lame. It hurt my eyes watching it a little bit, but
For your
yes,
eyes.
and I'm lame. I was like, yo, I need to step my lame game up. This man is paving the way. Like, maybe that's unfair to call lame. He was very calculated for sure. Um, I think Bison, like a lot of characters in this game, it's going to be you don't play the same way for every matchup, right? Because when he played Chun Li, that's when my eyes hurt. Those sets were painfully slow. But much like it was in Street Fighter 4 and Bison versus Chun Li, you don't have any ways to get in safely. If you a head
Thanks for the
stomp,
follow.
or you do random, if you head stomp or you do the devil's reverse, you get bopped with light kick. If you jump, you get bopped with light kick. You don't want to put yourself in situations where you have to make a hard read on Tiger Knee, Lightning Legs. So it is difficult, definitely. But he brought some insight to me. I liked to see him continue his success with Lord Bison. So hopefully some American players can do the same. How about since Eric brought it up, RB slash Luffy slash Fraud Luffy? What's your problem, man? What's your beef? Speak your mind.
Luffy, all right. So, Luffy gets signed by what, Red Bull? For
Yeah, he is Red Bull now.
yeah, Red Bull Luffy. He's one of the only three players that they could afford. They had a three-man team. It was supposed to be mad strong coming into Street Fighter 5. What happens in the first tournament? He gets bodied in pools. Yo, let's never forget the man's defensive options in 4 were backdash, and some more backdash. Get cucked. All right. He played this game. He had learned he had to block, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna win." Then Marn shows him the way. Shows him, "Hey, there's a character just for you. Do you want your opponent to feel like you do because you don't know how to block? Well, guess what? Armika. Now he's playing Armika, gets second place with basic shit. The guy sucks. He's a cuck. I'll play him for money any day of the week. Luffy is trash. What a fraud.
What's hilarious is that Marn, of all people, was blowing him up today for the same reason.
Oh my god.
Or the last time he streamed, it was on Kappa, Kappa News, and he was saying, you know why the reason Luffy sucks? Because he doesn't have this anymore, and he started mashing backdash. It was a hilarious video.
It's true,
But
yo.
yeah, it does kind of highlight, I think, more than one person's consensus that if you are lacking, let's say, fundamentals, for lack of a better word, right? There is a character where you can not have to worry about it, where you can realize that I don't have to play the same game you're playing. And I'm not saying she's broken, definitely, but we can all agree at this time, at this point, so far in the meta, Mika is like a singular matchup. Like when you play Mika, everyone should be trying to approach it a unique way because the risk to reward ratio, as we continue to say, is so skewed for her in her favor that it behooves someone that plays her to be like another roundhouse coming up, coach. And you just don't stop, man.
Character is nuts. And when
It's
the
so
Nerf
dumb.
bat comes, it's gonna come for that masked bitch.
That character's so dumb, man.
So
Like,
the Alex Win quote on her. You know what he says? Hold on. Continue the show. I'm gonna be back.
like almost every lounge that's a fucking every
Really?
lounge I went into, every lounge that I made, someone that played me. It's, I rage quit. I don't even rage quit at shit. So makes me so salty.
Yeah, she's definitely flavor of the month #1. You know, I expect there to be an uptick in Bison play because Problem X won, maybe, but he's not that easy to use out the box, and you can't go forward. So that's where all that appeal comes from. You know, people want to rush down, they want to get in that ass. Like, let me go forward. So they expect a character, or they expect to not have to deal with the flaws that a Bison has without getting as much reward as, let's say, Mika does, right? So you could say potentially that Mika has flaws getting in, but defensively she's strong, or at least stronger than Bison. So it's it's definitely something to keep in mind. You know that Mika for sure has placed top 8 in every tournament.
Every major with
Yep.
money back. And it's always a different guy that wasn't good the day before and won't be good the day after. You don't have what it takes to be a face, not the power nor the technique. That's what Alex said. Go to fuck home.
Oh, savage, savage.
Dropping the knowledge.
But yeah, aside from Bison and Laura, a lot of repeat offenders in this top 8. Chun Li too. Nakali was at every major so far, and well, Cammy wasn't, to be fair. So there was a Cammy in there as well, but another Karin. So definitely those are characters to continue to track their progress, as I'm sure we will.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Is there what's the tournament that's coming up next?
Let us take a look real quickly. I have my calendar here. Bear with me 1 second. So I know that we have the next American tournament coming up. West Coast Warzone. Is that next week? Let's check. Yeah, that's next weekend. Let's see if there's anything this weekend. Oh, yes, we have a Brazilian major, Jam Festival.
Ooh, Kioma, the return?
Kiyomo's been streaming a lot. He's been streaming a lot, playing a lot, so I expect him to do well. I don't know who he's going to use, but
I don't know, man. I haven't heard a lot from some Street Fighter 4 able players. Has anybody heard of Rico Sawabe? What happened to him?
I think he's playing the Kali.
he is playing the Kali. But let's
Yeah.
be real, man. That's a KI boy, man. He's got that KI
That
money.
is a KI boy.
He's got that Microsoft money. He's living well. He's just playing this game for shits and giggles.
You can't even base it off people who play SF4 because I mean, fucking Valmaster's playing the Kali and Luffy's playing Armika.
That's a very good point.
I would have thought both of them would be playing Chun.
It's a very good point. Yeah, it's weird, man. Look at 801 Strider. He went to Cammy, and I don't know if he'll stick with Cammy. But time will tell. But yeah, so we got Jam Festival, then we got West Coast Warzone, then we got Texas Showdown, and then it goes back to Europe. So we do have something that's coming up this weekend. Outside of the top 8, it was pretty standard affair. A lot of big names in Europe were in there, such as I'm Still the Daddy. He's playing Laura in this game. He called out, a little side note, Filipino champ to a money match whenever he gets to the U.S., so that'll be interesting. Pro Fluke's playing Armika, who didn't see that coming. A notable a notable player as well in here was Tyrant, who I didn't know really went to tournaments. I just know he was an online Bison. He made top 32 as well, so big ups for him, doing excellent at the CPT event out there. Streamed by Versus Scotland, no less. So that's it for pretty much hype spotting. But since we were talking about the top 8 and reoccurring characters were coming in to
Chun-Li.
playing high, right? Chun-Li, Nakali, right? These characters we're seeing, Mika, happen over and over again. Let's get into tier lists, boys. There was a very notable tier list that was published recently from a well-reputed organization in the FGC.
I'm gonna preface that. I think my boy is gonna post up something in the chat about what that tier list looks like. Take a good look. I'm pretty sure that's where they found that tier list, and that's where it should have stayed.
Don't
For
click any
those
links in the chat.
for those
I'm gonna
for
time
those
you
who may
out.
be for
I see.
for those who may be listening and don't want to click on anything, basically it's a man with his head up his ass. So we all get the idea. The visual here is that it seems that the list was kind of weird. Now, in their defense, Vesper Arcade posts really, really long videos about why they chose the tier list the way
Yeah,
they did.
they posted a lot of videos about, hey, this is why we're wrong. Let me give you a solid 20 minutes. Was it 20? 20-minute long videos? Was it longer than that? Whatever it was ass.
So it's a
They're ass. Who
yeah,
wants
so
to
it's
money
Vesper
match some
Arcade.
dumb Canadians? I beat your best Canadian years ago. Get cucked.
So it is Vesper Arcade. I do believe the tier list. Let me bring it up. I had that saved as well. Okay, here we go, boys.
Should I? You link it to me so I can. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll link it up here. What we actually, I'm gonna link you this one because it has all the pros and cons. This was on Reddit. Yeah, and it has the timestamps. Actually, this is our Street Fighter. So this is actually very useful if you want to go back and see why they listed everybody the way. This dude did a really good job. Shout outs to Fatality underscore 93 underscore RUS. He put timestamps and pros and cons of why they chose everyone in the tiers. Hold on. I will put that in the chat. Bam, check that out. So the tier list comes out. They list their reasons. Now, I just want to throw this out there, just in case you guys had some comments. Was there anyone that was a glaring thing like you're like, whoa, this character needs to be reconsidered?
This is the same as the graph one, right?
It is, yes.
Oh, or Mika,
That was my biggest concern. Yes.
Nikali, Nikali Ryu.
Mika's in the B tier, bro.
A place where she does not belong.
For real, most of their tier lists, and listen, man, it's early, right? So it's early. I understand. Everyone loves tier lists, so they make a tier list and they actually post all the reasons. So it's not like this was a brain dead tier list. I can kind of understand what they're saying, but I think that you have to look at all these tournament placings. Like Eric said, man, there has been a different Mika getting top 8 at every major. Right? This isn't infiltration running house and roughshod with Nash. No, this is some new guy. The next week showing up, doing work. So I think that you have to take that into account if you're going to post tier lists. Granted, I don't think that hype spotting was done. This is before hype spotting, but they still had everything before that. And I don't think B plus, given her cons that they gave, is strong enough to put Mika. If you really think about where she stands right now in the current way the game's being played, right? So let's say down the road it changes and people figure out things and do their homework, then maybe, yeah, maybe you look at it that way. I like to look at, if you're looking at tier lists, how the current game is being played and the meta of the game right now. Not necessarily these are all the tools of the character, and we project that this character will get worse over time, so we're going to put them down. I think that's why they put Mika so low and Bison so high, for example, because they're looking at the long run. I think a tier list should reflect today, this is
Yeah.
how we're playing the game, and this is what we're doing.
And they can talk about the long run where they're still not going to win. And they can talk about today where none of them have ever won anything because they're ass.
So first off, I don't know where, are those shots about tier lists? Or
Those shots are just about everybody over there in general. You can just take a region out, cut it out of the country, and just put them all in there. Shots
okay,
fired.
shots fired. All right.
Oh my god.
How about you, Jason? Any thing like you think tier list? Do they add anything to the scene? Should people value it? Is it all conjecture?
I don't know. It's like the beauty and the whatever the eye of the beholder. Like it's all it's all subjective, man. It's like everyone thinks it's kind of like how everyone thinks their character's ass. If you ask
Yeah,
anyone about their character, they think it's ass all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
If you ask me about Chun, I don't think she's here because I'm ass.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
If
People
only more
always
people
perceive.
could admit they were ass, and that's why they think Fang is bad. Oh, Chun, excuse me.
Yeah, man. Like
I think.
if I can beat you with Chun, you're ass. I'm ass. And I'm using a top tier character, and that's the only reason I'm even getting away with half the shit. So I don't even and like you said, like bisons are crying all over the world, all over
Oh
the
my
world
goodness.
before
Here.
this
No,
happened.
Moons. Remember how he
Oh
was after
no.
what final round? Moons was like, "Oh man, Vice is the worst character in the game because I got bodied by Armika because I blocked drop kicks." What
Oh,
an
Moon.
idiot! He got that
Yeah.
dopey ass look on his face.
It wasn't just.
Dopey ass.
I have to admit, it wasn't just low tier bisons that were crying. The world was breaking, was falling around bison because people just weren't, you know, having the success they expected to have with the top tier character. I suppose. I don't know.
It's
When
because
a
he's a
game's
top
only
tier
a
character who has no DP or godlike backdash or teleport. So he's one of a kind. He's good, but he can't just, say fuck you as soon as he has to block.
It's a very good point. It's a very good point. You know.
We need more of those and less R freakers. We need more top tier characters that, hey, yeah, this is godlike, but hey, you gotta block.
So he's fair. Hey, honest boys, right? He's honest character. Well, I don't even agree with that.
Yeah,
You know,
come on.
just because he does have install into anime for 20 seconds, right? Bison like breaks all the rules for like 20 seconds and it's like 20 seconds of hell where he
Exactly.
literally goes ape shit.
It's pretty
I
much
honestly
fucking
though,
X Factor Phoenix.
I'd rather have
Yeah,
a
X
character that I
Factor,
can
yeah.
open up than a character that can just open up a can of worms by being picked on the character select screen.
We'll see, man. I personally have never felt like tiers matter as much when we're looking at this type of thing, how like the potential of the character. If you want to talk tiers, let's talk tournament viability. Let's talk about something that actually does matter.
Like
And
if
then
you talk about like the kit, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is more the kit of the character, like
yeah,
in the
but for what?
garage. It's like the car in the garage. It's not depends on who's driving it.
It does. But even then, they failed because they put Mika way too low. So that's the rule we learned, folks.
That is true.
Mika top three,
Yeah,
boys.
that tier list is actually just wrong.
Speaking of tiers, I know this is a subject that's kind of linear in a way, since we really talk about is it worth it or not. But they do love ranking things. I guess people love lists. So I know that the Smash community was big on it, and certain websites are trying to do the same thing.
Don't did the five gods thing.
Not necessarily the Five Gods thing, but just ranking players. Like I talked
God,
about
I
this.
hate that.
Like what? So Smash they rank what, the top 100? Is that what they do?
Yeah, every
They have
year.
a lot of rankings. They have a lot of. I'm not sure about their overall rankings, but I really do like their regional rankings. They do a good job of keeping that shit up. I don't think I could ever see Capcom players bothering to deal with that shit.
Yeah,
No, but
I think
Jason.
that's fine. But the whole like EP world ranking thing.
Yeah,
Because
that's ridiculous, yo.
because
You can't.
once every time that thing gets published, man, salt is it's un. Ooh, those Smash players get so
And
salty.
and we all know that these Smash boys are some broke ass boys because they ain't driving out of wherever they are, whatever butt crack in whatever place in whatever corner they are, grinding out Smash sessions to try and raise those points. They're never driving to go play somebody good. I don't know why. And I don't know when they go to majors and they're mad salty and they don't do good in bracket, they don't money match anybody. Holy shit.
They just want to play friendlies, man.
Just want to play friendlies, bro. Where the seriouslys at? Where are they at?
The seriously's
Yes.
is
There's
the new
four
word.
kinds. There are four kinds of matches in Smash. There's friendlies, seriouslys, money matches, and tournament. What the fuck is a seriously, bro? Get out of here, son. Yeah, well, I want to play, but I want to play friendlies.
It's just a. I don't think it's another good idea of tier listing people, because what happens when player 32 beats player 20 in a money match? Is that worth changing a tier? Are we keeping track of that as well? You know, a player skill is so hard to define. I will say this: if you want to say these are the five best players, leave it at that, because we do that in sports. We say this is the best fighter in the UFC, pound for pound, blah blah blah. People love lists, man. I guess that's what it comes
Of
to.
course, man. I
We
mean,
do.
even leagues doing it. Was it they had like all was that first team all like offense or what? Some bullshit like that. Like
Wow,
why do you
really?
like why does this league need that? What kind of like esports like agenda are you trying to push
I don't know.
to
I
to
mean,
make?
don't get me wrong. I want to play fantasy league.
Jeez, get out of here.
I want that fantasy league team, man. Because I want to cut people for money in the easiest way possible. What is it? Oh, you picked the butt team? What a dumbass. Let
You
me
know,
go
see
over
for
there and
what?
break somebody's hand.
For what sport? Like,
League of Legends.
we, you're bad at league.
I am.
You're
Cut me
cucking.
Oh,
You're
for
cucking no
co-host
money.
shot,
one. You're
co-host
cucking no
shots
one.
fired.
Yo,
Co-host
Eric,
shots
I'm cucking
fired.
Eric.
people by playing fantasy league. You don't. Yo, I'm drafting teams.
Oh God, I think I'm gonna cancer. Eric, you're bad.
I'm bad at playing league. That doesn't mean I'm bad at cucking people. You don't understand. I cuck people in every environment I'm in. I'm a
I
dangerous
I wish we
cuck.
never taught you that word.
Yeah, he's going in. He's breaking this word to a new level. But it's interesting to me, since you're bringing us back on topic, that since tiers and people love lists so much, it is a way that's valuable. If you were to be a player that is looking for notoriety or sponsorships, to say, hey, I'm ranked such and such. I'm the 15th best player in the world. I mean, that can help, just to play devil's advocate on the player agenda, at least, to
To
you
grow
know
the EP.
the growth. That's going to happen by default. But so that way, maybe you attract more sponsorship or opportunities for yourself. Even though I'm sure the sponsors know who are the best of the best already,
Of
since that's the
course.
market that they're in.
Nope, they don't, because Team Liquid has Chillin' Dude still signed.
Oh
They signed
no!
him,
Whew.
Korean DJ, Ken. Three of like the most irrelevant people in the community right now. So I mean, I don't know if they know who's relevant anymore based on performance. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, man, that's no bueno. Like that, I think that's a good tie-in, actually, to my man Eric, the Forte Five. Eric, tell him what the topic was tonight.
Oh, the topic tonight. It's going to be the five most fraudulent sponsorship, teams, whatever you want, clans, organizations that I have ever seen in the fighting game scene. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. We'll start with number 5. Now, number 5 of the Fuerte 5, I've heard from mostly MKX boys, although they did have uh Filipino champ, or mostly NRS boys, is Revolution Gaming. They had a bunch of players. They had Tom Brady, F Champ, a couple other big names here and there, a bunch of people, and they just crumbled under the weight of their own players, man. They had so many people, they just couldn't pay that guap. So guess what? Revolution Gaming earned a spot on the list. Shout outs to you if you still exist. Number 4. Let's see here. Who was it, man? I'm trying to think. There was another set of
Oh, Eric,
people.
hold
Oh,
on.
I
Time out.
remember.
Time out. This is a side note. I told you to write down the 5, man.
Yo, I'm gonna remember the 5 while I talk about the 5. All right?
You were the worst. We gave you like almost a week to figure this
right.
out.
We talked about it literally an hour before this started. All you
Yeah.
have to do is write it down on your phone. It's a memo.
God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it.
Anyway, so number 4. Number 4 has got to be Team Marn. Marn is legendary for his sponsorship of both fighting game players and then a crossover into a League of Legends team. Holy shit.
Wait, who did
Marn.
he sponsor in the FGC again?
He sponsored some of the people that came with him to play on the fighting game team. It was that Ibuki player from California himself, and
Wasn't
there's
Wolfcrone
another.
Team Warren too?
Yeah, he was.
Wolfcrone was Team Marn. And if you guys don't remember, there was, I believe, a whole bunch of house drama with checks, people not getting money, a whole lot of nonsense with Team Marn, man. That's what happens when you let a man like that who believes in thinking doesn't get anywhere run an esports organization, and the League of Legends LCS took him seriously. Good lord.
Terrifying. Got a team in there. He had talent. He had nothing else because Mar never has anything else. But he had other people's talent. Like Armika. He had Armika's talent when he placed. And that was about it. So when it came to pay, had nothing. Team turned to shit. Oh my gosh. Number 3. We've got DMG on the list. Who remembers them? They had everybody up and down East Coast, Rico
Lud.
Suave, Lud,
Oh,
all
yeah,
these
they
players. DMG Intel, DMG. I think they had some
Intel,
foreigners.
RIP.
Oh my god, yo, they had everybody. DMG was sponsoring every player under the sun, and then when players realize like, hey man, I've racked up a lot of flights, I've been going to a lot of tournaments, I've been wearing the t-shirt that looks like dog shit, where is my money? And then the guy who said, hey, what are you talking about? And that was the last he was ever heard from again. Wow.
Yeah,
DMG.
DMG had so many players, man. You said Intel. That's the name I remember the most. We was talking about this earlier, man. I just remember being at some random tournament in Philly when we met Chris Hu, and my Singaporean brothers. Shout outs to HYZ, wherever you are, my friend, and Kenneth Lim, wherever you are, my friend. We was with them in Chris Hu. Chris Hu was looking for money matches. In his Chinese accent, man, he said the realest statement of all. This is America. We settle things with money. So he goes looking for Intel. I guess Intel did not get that DMG check because Chris who looks for this man, finds him in some room that's so crowded. Instead of going in, he says, yo, Intel, we're playing later. I want that 20. And then it never materialized. And soon after, Intel just faded into obscurity. So yeah, DMG had so many people and just gone instantly.
Yeah, crazy.
RIP DMG.
At number 2, On the list, we've got Up Your Game Gaming. UIG. They're an online clan that started on PSN, the shittiest of shit for Street Fighter 4. This is PSN. And they got a whole bunch of players that I don't know what they thought. I hope it wasn't good because they didn't have any of those. And they would go to tournaments and be like, yeah, UIG rep, man. And they would get 16th place at NLBC and start popping off like, yeah, UIG's on the come up. UIG's on the come up. Too bad it was 5 years into the game
Oh
and you've
no.
been on the come up for 5 versions. Bro, UIG, you're all ass. And when
Wait,
you want to
Eric.
money match me, do it in person.
Wait, what are you saying? Don't isn't UIG well spread out? Isn't like there UIG reps in our community as well?
There are UIG reps in our community as well. And if Kitsune would like to bring up a photo of what I did to one of them, that would be fantastic. Or you know what? I'll get it. Let me show you what happens when UIG leaves their home and they come out to their local scene and they go, "Hey man, let's play for money. I think
That's
that's a
why
good
that's
idea."
why it's so familiar. Mm.
I'll show you guys later as a treat. Now, number one, I'm sure
As a treat, like people
everybody
want to see that.
as I'm sure everybody, every single person in the at least North American scene knows the biggest, most fraudulent sponsor, team, organization, just general, horrible place that you don't want to be a part of. Triforce
Of course,
Empire
man.
Arcadia.
Why do you even have to
Wouldn't
do that?
see
Like,
that
why do you
coming.
have to...
Yo, the Empire. Look at this, man. I think I've got the perfect picture right here. I'm gonna post it in the chat. No, this is safe for work, not safe for your kids, but safe for work. Check it out. That's the kind of man that leads the Empire, yo. That's how it is. That place is full of dirt and grime. There was a movie about how a poor, fat Asian child had to run away from that man. He had to run across the country to California into the arms of the loving mother known as E.G. His
Was
name
that
was
was that
Justin
the
Wong.
was that the remake of Little Annie? That's what you just described.
Yo, Justin Wong had to run away. He had to run away as far as his fat, stubby legs could take him. And then he got into the nice, well taken care of hands of EG. Good for him. But EMP Empire, holy shit. There's so many
For-
different things, so many different stories, bad tournaments, basements, you name it, he's done it, he's philandered, it's happened. Triforce, I wish I had a donkey sound. Play it just for you, man. What an ass.
Have you met Triforce?
No.
You,
God, I'm not tainted.
you
I've
didn't
not met the man.
you didn't see him at Magfest this year?
I've seen him all the time. Why would I talk to him? He's a shit
Why
stain.
not?
Yo,
Why not?
try for because man, I might get roped into a sponsorship where I'm getting fucked up the ass, and that's the sponsorship. You
Yo,
never
man, he
know,
just he just
man.
wants to hit you with that lingo, man. He wants to hit you with that principality. You know what I'm saying? He wants to just talk you into giving him that 80% Steakums check, man. You know what I'm saying? Just that's all.
Stickles check.
It's all
Yeah,
love, man.
Jesus, yo, I'm going to zeros and I'm buying double meat steakums, boy. Oh my God.
Well, I have to say that yes, everyone definitely saw the EMP as number one. I don't like you said, I don't even know where you would begin with that saga. I would hope that somebody who doesn't have a life can go back and put all of Triforce's greatest moments, his greatest failures into like a movie, like a YouTube
All of his moments are
hour
failures.
30
It would
hour
have to be
30
a trilogy.
a trilogy, yes.
Yeah, it would have Lord of the Triforce. Lord of the
That may
Triforce.
even exist. I don't even know, but it would be definitely. an afternoon I would invest some time into. You know, looking through the chat right now, I see that Fumi said, "I'm mad you didn't mention Anbu." Hmm, Anbu.
Who's in Ambu? Doesn't sound very familiar
I
for
don't
me.
know, man. Just a bunch of boys from. I know they got some DMV heads. Boom and some other guys. Yeah, it's. I don't know if that's.
Yo, that
Oh,
website.
Fumi
Hold up,
got.
hold up. Yo, this website. All
Who
right.
is
I
Anbu?
look at the top banner and I'm like, all right, ain't no better unit. Okay, whatever. I look down. I look at the first thing it said events. All right, we're looking good. I look to the next thing and I see the words fighter points. Oh my God. That's it just stopped. I'm not even looking at the rest of the webs. Fighter points. What the
There's
fuck
a
is that?
prize wall. What can I buy with the prize?
Fighter points.
Costume quest?
Jeez.
This is like some for those are a little confused. Fumijin was gracious enough to post the anbufightclub.com URL in the chat. You can check that out. And I guess we have some local Anbu representatives as well. I did
Oh my
not know
God.
that the tag stood for Ain't No Better Unit. That's pretty atrocious. I don't know how I feel anymore about that, man.
I don't know. It doesn't matter how you feel. They've already trapped you with their
I can only think
disgustingness.
of. I can't believe it's not butter. Whenever
I'm gonna call him that from now on.
Yo,
Yo,
hey, it's I can't believe it's not butter.
Anbu is I can't believe it's not butter. Oh my gosh.
that's what it reminds me of. And these points. Um, I've never heard of
They've got like
these mobile games.
confessionals confessionals up here with the fighting words, yo. Theater? Do you want to watch some
You know who does this, man? It's those black dudes that watch too much anime and they start
what?
trying to think. Those are the kinds of people who do this. It's the same people who made UIG. It's the same people who made all these other online groups, these people that don't get anything done. It's the black dudes that watch way too much anime, man. Calm down,
So
yo.
so Team
Naruto
Nah.
sucks.
So Team Nah basically.
Team Nah, Shadow Warriors.
Well,
Haven't you ever noticed all the Shadow Warriors have names like, "Hey, yo, my name is Ujabe Musanana or Musashi-san's the second."
Oh
It's always these
no.
black dudes that watch too much anime. It's like, please,
oh
man,
my
please.
god.
Martin Luther King did not live and die for this.
Oh no. Oh, that's hilarious. You're right
Can we get
though.
can we get that video of that kid trying to turn Super Saiyan? Jesus, he was just trying to become Aryan. That's all Super Saiyan is. Yo, I'm trying to get white. Jesus.
There is an obtuse like skewered angle of black anime fans who use black like just use anime handles, man. It's never some white dude. It's always a black guy, man. Who's
I
like,
think it's that, and they have a weird obsession with Sonic.
oh yes,
Like that. Remember that
yes,
one
that's the
guy
other
that
black
we
one. That's
saw
the other
that
black
had the
one.
car that was covered in like Sonic characters, and then like the next
How could I
day it was
forget?
like on it was like a used car sales store or whatever. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, what level of weeaboo is that though?
What
I'm just,
level?
yeah, I'm just
It's not
curious.
even the highest. There are
Oh,
higher levels.
What
The
is?
highest, the ascended weeaboo, the ascended is when
Oh
they
my
take
god.
the final plunge and they move to Japan and they expect to be somebody. They take themselves there and they expect that as soon as they get off the plane, hey, I'm in an anime now and I'm finally the main character. Oh yes, yes. And then when they get there, all they realize is that hey, there are love hotels that you don't get to use, but you might find some hookers. Congratulations, bro.
Yeah,
Welcome to
man.
Japan.
They'll be smashing Asian pussy in no time.
oh man, that is the highest level of weeaboo for sure. I
Yeah.
will. I will say though, I think that's a high level too. If you're an American and your handle is Naruto Storm Super Saiyan 5, that's not good. Like you need to shape up. We need to get you back. You know, Team Na has claimed your soul. You know, you need to come out more. We need to have more retirement matches for handles. That's what I want the scene to do, yo.
Yo, yes. Give me your handle or leave the scene forever.
What were those WWF? Those
So,
exhibition matches
Yeah,
where they have to fight for the suitcase.
exactly, man.
You gotta
The
fight for your
briefcase, bro.
handle.
Yeah, we gotta get these handles out of here, man. We don't need all that, man. Pack that shit up.
Jesus Christ. Just the
You see,
dude.
man. You remember that Kappa post? Did you see the Kappa post where the guy, the black dude, went to that Japanese like porn meetup, and he like got a picture with like one of those Japanese porn stars? No,
No, I did not. I had to think
I
about it.
guess it
I
was
was like,
just me.
what?
No, it's funny because I was watching Giuna's stream, and his boy was there too, and he said this guy was just uncontrollable, man. He was he was cucking it up like no other. He was like geeking out on her. He had like was it? He had his phone on like fully automatic, so he just like taking like all these pictures, and he's trying to explain like R Kappa to her.
Yeah.
It was very cringe.
Oh no. Hey,
Ugh,
hey, hey.
ugh. What's it called, man? Look, back to the fighting game community and what this is all about. This is all about, I think, Street Fighter 5 is going to bring rise to a bunch of people trying to get more sponsorships. There's going to be a lot more people just going online and shit and like trying to beg people to play with them, streaming and doing all this stuff. And when they go out to tournaments, they're still going to get cucked, but hopefully the scene will get so big that online tournaments will become more commonplace just out of necessity, and more tournaments get player capped. Um, More
But
weeaboos are
how
gonna
about
go to
locally
Japan.
though? Have you noticed
Locally,
like a bigger like an influx of new players around Silva?
and there's a lot of new players in Silva. The problem is none of them show up. We
Isn't
got
that
about 20,
always
20 plus strong people. Now there's a few new players that show up. Calvin, shout out to you, bro.
Yo, Calvin. I hope he stays around.
Yeah. Shout outs to Throw Joe back from the darkness. Um, then there are some people who show up very sporadically. Everybody else is pretty much a regular. More than anything, you know what it did? It gave everybody the same game to play. So we used to have a lot of fraction, like between all the different fighting games coming out. Now, pretty much 95% of the scene all play Street Fighter 5. Yeah. Kelvin, I just said Kelvin for me. That guy is not bad.
Yeah, Fumi
The
asked in the
best
chat
Nash we
any
have.
new players that are good or have promise. I definitely think Kelvin has a good future aside from lifting weights because that man is jacked.
Yeah, he
I
is,
think
man.
I
That
think
dude is
that
diesel.
he definitely has talent. Um, Throjo is making a concerted effort to get better as well. I think it's a decent future, but the team that power is strong. It's very easy, man. 2 weeks off, you're playing like ass because everyone's still sharp, and then
You get
you know
nod.
you get team nod, man. You're at home in your underwear, and you've got you know your DS in your lap. You got your MGTOW music playing, and then that's it. And then you're done. You're done. You're not coming out anymore. You're not viable. Here's the real question: is our team now larger? I'm speaking about Sova. Is our team now larger than our our actual scene that comes out?
Easily, easily. Oh, also shout outs to Theo and Will, two new guys that always come out.
I'd probably say so. There's a lot of people
Easy,
that I
dude. Our first
noticed.
tournament in the area had 64 players. Now we average
Mm-hmm.
22.
Mm,
Free. It's two, maybe three times the size.
Wait,
that's crazy. Could you imagine 60 people weeklies?
Ah,
Holy shit.
yeah, I can imagine it. It's called people go out there. Here's what kills me, man. Here's what really kills me about Team Nah. Okay, and I talk about it, every once in a while. But I try not to talk about it that much because it really bothers me, and I found out eventually there's nothing I can do to change it. If every day you go home, and after you're done jerking off because you just got cucked by the next door neighbor or the mailman, and you know you're upstairs and you're in your bedroom and you're playing Street Fighter like you did the day before and the day before and the day before, and you play it for 3, 4, 5 hours, and then you go to bed, night, and you're in your pajamas, and you wake up the next morning, you go to work and you do it again because you're gonna get cucked again. If you put all that time into the game, why the fuck aren't you gonna do something with it?
Okay,
It's the
I
same people who do that shit with Call of Duty. Same people. They do so many games that I tried to play, not Call of Duty, competitively. And I know all these people that put time and time and time and time in. And what's worse is the ones who get really good and they do nothing with it. What the fuck was the point in the first place?
give us an example.
Um, hmm, Blake's neighbors. Blake's neighbors. Blake Isaacir, a friend of mine in the scene, plays a lot of Street Fighter. His two neighbors, they're two brothers he grew up next to. They both bought Street Fighter 4. They both played all of the different versions. They had arcade sticks. They played online. They played all the time. They knew how to do combos. They knew how to anti-air. They knew how to do a large assortment of things. They obviously put in a large amount of time into the game over the cumulative years. Never came out once to play it in public or even at another friend's house. What the fuck?
Did they ever mention why?
I asked him, and they're just like, "Well, we didn't."
That
They
was it.
couldn't tell me. They couldn't tell me, and I'm just like, "What is wrong with you?" It happens. It happens so often, and it just kills me, man. It just kills me. You know what, Ollie? I get that competitive commitment isn't for everyone, but why are you putting in so much for what? EPing? You want those? You want those online PP points? They're gonna make your wee bigger? No, they're not. Sorry, you're staying with that wee, you cuck.
Were they just more of just like online warriors then?
I don't know. Because lots of online warriors will actually still come out. JNBA, Kanan, Steve Nadal, those guys obviously play